Hey guys, so today I'm going to give you guys a quick little guide on how to distress and customize your jeans, so you'll be able to do anything from patchwork from the inside along with some rips, even making some custom patches and painting on your clothes. So yeah, let's get started with the distressing. So all you're going to need is an X-Acto knife, a pair of tweezers just to make your job a little bit easier once you start plucking out the threads, and 2 different grits of sandpaper. So you want a lighter grip and a heavier one. So the lighter one's 180 grit and the main one you're going to need is the 100 grit, but you can use other ones depending on how much you're trying to be sanding and how long you're trying to be sanding for. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is mark the spot where you want to actually distress the jeans. So I'm going to do where my knee actually aligns with the jeans. So what you're going to want to do is take a book, any book, just to have a solid surface underneath so you don't sand through to the other side of the jean, right? So as soon as you have the base underneath, you obviously want to try them on first to make sure you got it in the right spot, but I already know that this faded area right here is where I actually want the rip. So yeah, you're going to want to know like how wide you want it and all that. I usually just kind of go for it because I like the kind of like unplanned look because it makes it look more natural. So you're going to want to start with a slight rip on the top. You don't have to fully cut through the jean, but it doesn't matter if you do. So as you can see there, it's like ripped over here, but over here the seams are still kind of holding it together. And then for the other one, you're going to want to make it a little bit longer than the first rip. So you're just going to slice that through like so. And there you go. You can see again, it's not fully ripped, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. So from there, you're going to want to take your 100 grit sandpaper and basically you're just going to start sanding away. Sand away at it. And you're probably going to just do this until you start seeing the threads appear. This could take like anywhere up until 5 minutes, depending on how gritty of a sandpaper you have. So I'm just going to kind of fast forward this until you actually see the seams, and in the next shot you'll see. Okay, so basically after like a minute of sanding, you start seeing the threads actually appearing below the jean. So when this starts to happen, you can either keep sanding it until like the threads kind of go away and creates this fluff, or you can start to pull apart the threads so the jean actually just kind of starts splitting. And notice that the threads are going horizontally, so you don't have to really worry about ripping them. And if some of them break, it doesn't matter. It makes it look more distressed, which is ultimately what you want. So yeah, once you start pulling it apart, then you can actually start pulling out the threads with your fingers. You see that? You can use tweezers, but that's kind of more tedious, or if you want to be super exact. But for this instance, I'm not trying to be exact because I want that real kind of distressed feel. So you can keep doing this until you're pretty much pleased with it. So until you like completely see the white threads, or you can keep some of the jean fluff in between. Again, once you wash it, then a lot of the thread or a lot of the fabric actually comes out too. So once you fully wash it, that's when you know how the final product's gonna look. So yeah, I'll kind of skip to the next scene of almost like the finished product. But yeah, you just want to keep doing that until you're satisfied with how the rips are looking. Yeah, so basically you just keep sanding, and you can see kind of, I put here for comparison, these are 100% cotton, so you can see how like the distressing turns out a little bit different after you wash it. And these have some synthetic material in it, so you actually have to just wash them first, like I said, and it starts to look more like a distressed pair. Like this is how it looks after you wash it, so it looks a lot more clean, of course, than when you're doing it just raw like that. And yeah, when you're doing this, and make sure you're in a well ventilated area, or even make sure that the fan's on because you don't want to be breathing in all of these synthetic materials. But yeah, in my next video, I'm going to show how to do like custom patchwork like this without even sewing. So stay tuned for that, and like, comment, and subscribe if you want more content. Thanks for watching. Peace.